Hi everyone. I was thinking a lot about whether I should make this video or not. It will be about why I stopped playing and what I think the core issues with the game are, which I think escalated to a point that I think the game is kind of unplayable. So before I stopped playing, I made 2 tickets to Innova. The first one was about what I think the problems of the game are and how none of these got addressed for a long while already, and why I think it's a mistake. So I talk about Ava runes, fishing agations, augmentations, ceremony jewels, mostly these. I will also show what these are because I am one of the lucky persons who were here and gathered them all. So you have like the Taurus, which gives you a Rhapsody for yourself. It comes very handy. The Capricorn that you can jump with, the Aries that you can go in stone with. These 3 are like the main ones. There is also the Rebirth, especially for mages, it's very good. And there is also like Celestial. There is like, this is a summon, party summon. The Sagittarius, the Gemini is Salvation. And with all these, your character basically becomes another class. You have multi-class skills. And then, of course, you have the runes. Eva rune, 20% cooldown and 10% HP passive. The Muffle rune, which gives double Adana and double drop. The XP rune, which gives 200% more XP. Which, if you are full boosted, then you usually have like around 1300% XP boost. So on top of that 200% is just overall making from 1.3k to 1.5k like a 10% difference. But still, if you are without boost, then it's kinda big because you have probably like 300-400%. On top of that 200, that becomes 500 to 600%. That's like 50% to 70% bonus. And there is also stuff like Wind Scroll, which overrides Rose. It gives cooldown. It can be sometimes good. Let's say if you want to crest a castle with a Sayasir and you want that extra cooldown, then maybe it can be better than the Rose. Well, you could think of situations. There is also like the shirts, which are very handy to switch to in Olympiad. There was like one game recently which I played as Archer versus a Titan, and it was open arena, and I thought that I lost because I made one mistake and I wasted a lot of skills already for like the first round. But with the power of these shirts, with the power of my character, of my account being old, I managed to overcome my mistakes. Then let's say, of course, there is the special resistance earrings, which are the best earrings if you want to land debuffs. For example, hero debuffs are the best to land with the obstruction jewels, which you cannot get anymore, and also for dominators, for silence, or for stupor, for transformation or sleep. There is still like a use of them which is better than the new jewels, or at least like an option to swap to them, because of course the dragon jewels and the angel jewelry give better stats, but you can the whole point of this is that they are better in some cases, and that's already enough to make the game broken, because it's just another option for some players which other players don't have. So I mentioned also the augments. For example, there is a refresh augment which can be very good for daggers. It can help with staying perma-hide. And then there is also my favorite, the jump augment, which you can use in Olympiad. It helps a lot with catching people trying to kite you or for kiting yourself. So for my first ticket, the response was, thanks for showing your interest in the game and for your feedback, and yeah, nothing's well, ever since then I haven't heard anything, of course. Okay, so my second issue that I made a ticket for was about Olympiads. Everyone knows probably by now that since like 2 years Olympiad is suffering from disconnect issues, and I made like a short ticket that I think there is some issue with Olympiad, and then the reply was, the server has no connection issues, the issue is probably on your side. And then yeah, that was a little bit disappointing that after 2 years they are still not really like they still don't know what's going on with the issue. So I put some more proof, which I bet already like long time ago a lot of you put as well, including me. So I put like a screenshot, I entered Olympiad, I get stuck. After this, what happens is that you don't get inside, and the best you can do is get a tie, and in that case not only you but also your opponent loses points, but it's not really a win for you, and most of the time you get like a crash shortly after this after getting stuck. And in one rare case, what I managed to do is that I got stuck and I was able to move again, and I was able to explore the dimensional Olympiad server. It was like kind of weird movements. You don't really have like, you cannot click on the ground to move, you have to move with WASD, and yeah, it was a fun journey. Well, fun. And this in itself, that I left the client twice, like this is not really possible. You have a 24-hour delay. So after I put this explanation, they said they will forward the issue, and yeah. So that's mainly my reason why I stopped playing, with the Olympiad not getting fixed and support telling me that they don't even, that it's my issue and not theirs or something. And also this legacy content, which lets you have a multi-class character which nobody else can get anymore. Like I said, I wasn't sure to make this video or not. I made it because maybe if more of us think the same, we can somehow forward this towards the Korean developers as well, to NCSoft. And maybe at some point the game would be a game again and not like this uneven ground, which is kind of overshadowed by the pay-to-win part of the game, but it's still a problem. Just because you don't really see this issue from the entrance barrier being like 10k euros to the game, it doesn't mean that the issue is not there and that it doesn't break the game completely, even more than the pay-to-win itself. So thanks for watching, and let's try to persuade NCSoft perhaps that this game deserves better. That's why I'm also making my Tribute to Core series, which I made the first part of. You can find that video as well. It was a very fun experience making that, and I will be back soon with the second part of that series. See ya.